Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our wellness workshop. It's great to have you joining us from all over the country. Some of you it's still light out, and some of you it's dark. But for us here, it's still light and beautiful. My name is Sarah Shoemaker, and I have been a doTERRA wellness advocate for about 5 months now. I love sharing wellness solutions, natural wellness solutions for people. I had no idea. I had heard about doTERRA for the oils. I had no idea, however, that their top selling products are actually their supplements. And so my family and I started taking the supplements about 5 months ago, and they have helped with so many issues like reflux and constipation and joint pain and energy and even mood. So I've been so impressed with the products and also the company as well. And our team that you see here is one of the fastest growing teams in doTERRA right now. And the reason is because we love helping people get healthy. So a couple notes on this workshop before I get started. I should have said it's very helpful to have a pen and paper handy so that you can write down notes and questions that come up for you. And we will have this workshop recorded for you so you can watch it, parts of it again if you want to. I know I liked to watch it multiple times to learn more and more. It's going to be about an hour long, and we're going to use the chat feature in the workshop. So we've already gotten the chat feature started by sharing where we are from. We're next going to move and talk about ourselves personally for a little bit. So we like these workshops to always be personal and helpful for you. So we're going to start with a personal assessment for you and your family members. So what areas of health would you like some help with? So comment in the chat the numbers that represent the areas that you or someone in your family struggles with. So could be digestive issues, that's number 1. Number 2, headaches, pain, and inflammation. Number 3, immunity issues. Number 4, stress and anxiety. Number 5, energy and stamina. Number 6, sleep issues. And number 7, blood sugar regulation. And it's not uncommon for some of you to have 1 through 7, either for yourself or someone in your household. So go ahead and think about husband, children, mom, other family members, and include those in the chat. And let me pull up the chat here. Oh, I love that, Judy. All 7, but not anymore. Very exciting. Okay. All right. So I think that you guys are going to be excited about the natural solutions that we have available with doTERRA to take care of root issues for your health. So we're going to look at 2 different approaches to health as we begin this workshop. And before I do, I want to share an important study with you. So the FDA estimates that 200,000 Americans are hospitalized every year because of overdoses and side effects of, oh, we've got it. Is that, is that a dog? There we go. Mute. Okay. So go ahead and unmute yourself when you need to chat in, Tammy. So the FDA estimates that 200,000 Americans are hospitalized every year because of overdoses and side effects of NSAIDs. And those are non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like Advil. And they're also the cause of thousands of deaths per year. And did you know that they are actually the #1 cause of kidney failure? In fact, my own mother went into stage 3 kidney disease, kind of overnight. And it was her doctor did a little investigating. It turns out she had been taking too much Advil because she had pain in her hip. So her hip pain and her subsequent overuse of that, caused herself to be in kidney disease. So it's very real and hits very close to home. I share that with you because it kind of reflects our approach to medicine these days. In the modern approach, we turn to pills and prescriptions as primary solution to address physical problems and symptoms. And these can have dangerous side effects and even risk of addiction as well. And because this approach focuses on symptoms, the root causes often get overlooked. And also think about this. Do you know that we're spending $6.5 trillion each year on global healthcare? 6.5 trillion with a T. And ask yourselves, are we any healthier? We're going to contrast that with the natural approach. And the natural approach, we focus on root causes and we use a plant-based approach because our body recognizes plant sources. And I love this. doTERRA and natural solutions are safe. They don't have side effects. They actually have side benefits. So next we're going to look at what causes disease.
Okay, so shifting gears here at what causes diseases, there's actually three main factors that cause disease in the body: nutrient deficiency, inflammation, and toxic overload. So let's look at nutrition first. That's at the core of our immune function. And when our nutrition buckets are in our body are filled, we function optimally with energy, clarity of thinking, good mood, great sleep, and little to no inflammation. According to the Environmental Working Group, and looking at the chart on the screen here, 95% of US adults are deficient in vitamin D. 94% are deficient in vitamin E, and 61% are deficient in magnesium. So that tells us that our nutrition buckets in our body are not full, which means that most of us do not have a great baseline health. And the results of a nutrient deficiency varies by body. But I'll list a few for you: inflammation, headaches, lack of sleep, foggy thinking, and lack of energy. Turning the page, as well as digestive issues. So poor nutrition is really the number one cause of poor health. Now, the second cause of disease is inflammation. And what causes inflammation is the biggest contributors are sugar. It's nearly in everything we consume now, stress and lack of sleep, and toxins in our environment. Chronic inflammation is actually linked to all kinds of diseases like autoimmune disease, rheumatoid arthritis, cardiovascular disease like high blood pressure and heart disease, gastrointestinal disorders like inflammatory bowel disease, headaches, metabolic diseases like type 2 diabetes, lung diseases like asthma, mental illness like depression, and joint pain. Phew, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So really, the number three then that causes diseases is toxic overload. And if you can kind of think like every single point here causes diseases, and we are all susceptible to all three of these. The toxic load is the third area, and it refers to the chemicals in our bodies that build up from our environment, processed foods, pesticide use, and personal care products. The Product Safety Commission tested and found 150 different cleaning chemicals that are linked to ADD, asthma, cancer, reproductive problems, and respiratory problems, as well as other things. We can't always control what we come in contact with outside of our home, but we certainly can make choices that are smarter in our homes. So what do we do with all of this information? On to Tammy.
Sherry, I will tell you.
Okay.
I look like I froze. All right, so we're just about ready to see our first health solution. However, we're going to take a look at the supplement industry first. So let's go into the chat feature. Who here uses a supplement? So think of vitamins D, B, C. Maybe you take a multivitamin or an omega, but put yes in the chat box if you do so. All right. Yep, it looks like lots of people do. That's awesome. But we'll take a look at the supplement industry right now. And a study by the FDA from 2007 to 2016 detected contaminants in 776 dietary supplements produced by 146 companies. So that's probably everything that's on the shelf is contaminated. And then there was another study done for 3 leading memory supplements, and 2 of them are found to not have any of the active ingredient on it that they said was on the label. So the supplement industry is not heavily regulated, and they contain lots of fillers and not much of the actual ingredients. And I would have to say that they also contain a lot of synthetic ingredients that are manufactured in a lab rather than whole ingredients that are from nature. All right, so however, because our standard American diet is deficient in most vitamins and nutrients, it's very necessary to supplement to make sure that our bodies get what they need to function properly at a baseline level. So the bottom line is we need to supplement, and we need to make sure that we choose the right supplements. That's where our lifelong vitality comes in. So in this global company known for their essential oils, did you know that doTERRA's top sellers are supplements? The Lifelong Vitality is doTERRA's #1 selling product. It addresses all 3 areas that Sherry mentioned, and with the nutrient deficiency, the inflammation, and the toxic overload. So think of this line as the necessary foundation to build your health on. This line helps support the cleansing and filtering out of toxins. And there are 3 supplements in the line. So there's a food nutrient, cellular repair, and your omegas. So this line is considered your micronutrients. So Lifelong Vitality fills the nutrition buckets in your body. It contains powerful antioxidants to help protect your DNA. It's made with whole food ingredients, and it's 95% bioavailable for your body, when the average supplement is about 20 to 30% bioavailable. So this product has gotten more people off their over-the-counter and prescription drugs more than any other product doTERRA sells. And I would have to say that for me, I've been able to get off of my omeprazole, which was like my stomach medicine. I had tremendous pain in my stomach, in addition with another supplement that will be mentioned later. And I would take allergy pill all the time because I'm allergic to my dogs. And this has helped me with an addition of a few oils to support my body and get me off of all of those things. So it's been wonderful. Does anybody else have any other testimony to share? All right.
Tracy's going to share.
Sorry, I should have just left it unmuted so I could actually just hop on and talk. So this line right here has been one of the biggest game changers for our family because we have always been a supplement family. I was willing to try better brands out there, spend a little bit more money on it. We did end up just going back to, what Costco had, what Natural Grocers is one of our local stores that we shop at, but it just, when I've had multiple knee surgeries, and after one of my knees, I had researched inflammation a lot, and so I was like going out and buying everything recommended for inflammation, and the amount of money that I was spending on all these individual supplements that clearly, I wasn't guaranteed the bioavailability was there to even work, and so I think that's why our family saw such a massive change with taking this because of the bioavailability, the purity of the products, and just the science and clinical studies behind it has changed everything for us. So my husband, who has had knee pain he'd had it for 8 years after his surgery. Not everybody experiences it this fast, but his pain was literally gone in 5 days after dealing with it for 8 years. And so I always thought those were kind of made up stories just for people to sell a product. I'm like, oh my word, we're experiencing those kind of results. Like it really can happen with like quality products. And then the biggest change for my son, we just have our son back. He was not doing well. I mean, as a middle schooler, being exhausted right for bed at 8:30 because he couldn't make it anywhere past that. Huge swollen lymph nodes, sick all the time. Like his immune system, he just didn't have it. And so 1 month on this, I just felt like we got our son back. The lymph nodes went way down. It was confirmed by his doctor. The school year, all the teachers have noticed a change in him. He's got energy, focus, like his school is going so much easier. His mood has changed, like all of it. So I could go on, but those are just a few things that we have just noticed. And my family will not be without this product because of how much it's helped.
Wow.
That's amazing. That's truly, truly amazing. My husband takes it too. And I know that he has lots of aches and pains, and they're not as it hasn't worked quite probably exactly like, oh, I feel better, but he feels better. So, and if he didn't feel better, he would stop taking it. So he takes it twice a day, and yeah, I know that he's feeling the results. He's just not big talker about it or sharer.
Those
All
things-
right, so we're going to move on to some clinical trials. Most feel a difference, as Tracy was saying, in a few weeks, but the great news is even if you don't feel better right away, you are better physically. So clinical trials results are based on blood work that was taken before and after subjects took the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality supplements for 2 months and continued with their normal diet and exercise. Statistically significant improvement with your key numbers. And so there's like improvement with your blood lipids, your fasting insulin, positive effects on your, antioxidants, inflammation, blood glucose, and, overall improvement with mental clarity, energy, motivation, happiness. I mean, just a positive overall look on life. So I do consider LLV as a part of our food budget. It runs about $29 per bottle. And if you purchase it through our customer reward program, you'll get back points on every order to use to get products for free in the future. So yeah, I will not live without that stuff now.
Okay, so moving on to our gut health. The gut plays a vital role in our overall health and well-being. And have you ever heard that, that is often called your second brain? doTERRA has 2 products, and I have had like amazing results with these 2 products. They're designed to work in harmony with lifelong vitality to improve the health of your gut, which helps your whole body. The first is PB Restore. That is doTERRA's probiotic. That is putting it very simply. This is a transformative, actually includes pre, pro, and post biotics that supports the microbiome of your entire body, which I thought was just amazing. Check out the pill design. You can see the little pill in the picture there. It is double encapsulated. That is a patented design that doTERRA has. And that helps deliver the system that releases billions of healthy intestinal flora into your digestive system. Other probiotics dissolve in your harsh stomach acid and don't even make it into your intestines where we really need that flora. doTERRA's dissolves partly in the stomach and partly in the intestines where you need different flora. Everyone can benefit from PB Restore. Our guts don't work as well as they should because of nutrient deficiencies. And our food supply that has additives and toxins, and PB Restore helps your body absorb the nutrients needed. It's very high quality. I have celiac disease as one of my autoimmune diseases, and this PB Restore has made a huge difference in my healthy gut flora. Also, 70% of our immune system is in our gut, and it's really important to take really good care of our gut and keep it really healthy. And PB Restore is a great aid in that. The next one is our digestive enzyme, Terrazyme. Some people need additional digestive support. That's where Terrazyme comes in, and that it would also be for me. Terrazyme is doTERRA's digestive enzyme. It includes a variety of 10 active whole food enzymes that help break down all different kinds of foods that people may struggle to digest. Things like lactose, soy, and gluten. And I also want to add in there lectins. This has helped many with the front end digestion issues and the back end, pun intended, everything coming out as it should. So Terrazyme was one of the products that I tried in December. I've actually been with doTERRA for about 8 weeks, I think. And I tested Terrazyme. I was invited with my husband to a friend's house. There were 10 couples going, and 2 of the men were going to make chili. And I have developed, I do have celiac. I have to be careful with dairy. And I have developed a lectin sensitivity. And so in chili, there's literally nothing that I could eat but the ground beef. And that's already all mixed in. So I couldn't have the tomatoes, the spices, the beans, any of it. And so I didn't want to like make a fuss and say, oh, I can't eat that. And so I thought, well, I'm just not going to say anything. I'm just going to go and kind of fake eat. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but if you have food allergies, you learn how to fake eat so people aren't fussing over, that they have made something you can't have. And so I had some Terrazyme and I thought, well, I'm just going to test it and see what happens. So when I eat lectins, it's different from my reaction to gluten. And with lectins, my stomach would burn when I would first eat the food, and then I might take something, even something like a Tums, to try to get rid of the burning. And then in the middle of the night, I would wake up again with burning, sometimes with reflux, not very often with reflux, but I would wake up with burning, would have to get up and either have to sit up, take something and sit up and let my stomach settle, which could take a couple hours, or I just wouldn't really even be able to sleep because of the burning. So I took Terrazyme with me to this, and I took one. I thought you can take 1 to 3 with every meal, and I decided to take one just to see what it would do. I had a bowl of chili. I ate all of it. I didn't pick anything out. And I took the Terrazyme and I had no burning. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, my first thought was, oh, now I can go on a mission trip. Because if I get into something that I'm not supposed to have, I can take a Terrazyme. So it has been amazing. And now I take one with every meal, no matter what, just to keep my gut really healthy. And because I do have the sensitivities, and I still do have to be careful with what I eat. Like lectins are in tomatoes are really full of lectins, and I will probably never have spaghetti sauce. But I can't have a lot of things I couldn't have before. So I'm just
No
very
mission trip to Italy then, Judy, I guess.
No, probably not.
I'm just kidding. There's lots you can eat, but I love it. These supplements are amazing, and I love that they're giving you food freedom. So thanks for that testimonial. Powerful. Okay, guys, we're gonna have a little interaction in the chat here, and I want to make sure that you're with me. So pop in the chat. What percentage has diabetes cases increased since the 60s? Pop a percentage guess in the chat. What do you think? %? That's a good guess. 45%? Two good guesses. Try 700%, guys. 700% increase in diabetes. Yes, amazing. And the second question, how long, and part of it's because of the answer here in the problem in question number 2, how long does it take the average person to consume the same amount of sugar that our ancestors from 200 years ago would consume in a year? Pop a guess in the chat. A week? That's a really good guess. 3 months. That's a little, you're being kind to our American diet here, Tammy. You're really close there, Tammy, with an I. And the average, it takes 2 weeks. So 2 weeks to consume the same amount of sugar. And as a result, we have issues that Shayla is going to talk about.
Only 6.8% of the population have optimal cardiometabolic health. This is measured by the numbers you track at your physicals: weight, BMI, blood pressure, cholesterol, etc. That means that 93% of Americans do not have optimal cardiometabolic health. Our metabolism is simply not working well for us, which is shortening our lifespan and our health span. Listen to this sad statistic. The average person spends the last 14 years in a state of declining health and difficult completing everyday tasks. I know I don't want to be that way for myself, and I don't want anyone I know either to have that. That's why I'm grateful for this amazing solution. So doTERRA's revolutionary MetaPower system is specifically designed to tackle poor cardiometabolic health. This line gives you your macronutrients, and it pairs beautifully with Lifelong Vitality, which provides your micronutrients. The MetaPower line does 3 things. It helps repair the cells in your body, which in a sense stops and even reverses the effects of aging, and who doesn't want to look younger, and helps your body regulate blood sugar and insulin spikes, which are super destructive to our bodies. In fact, every time you spike and crash your sugar, you age your body. Number 3, it helps shrink your fat cells. And I said that it helps shrink your fat cells. It blows my mind. Clinical trials show that MetaPower system shrinks your adipose fat cells. The MetaPower system is the first and only system like this that supports a healthy metabolism, evens out your blood sugar spikes, and even helps curb cravings. doTERRA's MetaPower oil is the foundational ingredient in all of the products in this line. The products can be used individually, and they can also be used together for even more remarkable results. Let's check out some before and after results. I love these. The young lady on the top has been using MetaPower for 4 months. She's had amazing results, specifically with improvements to her face. She doesn't look as puffy, her eyes and her hair. She's beautiful. The gentleman on the bottom, we sometimes call him Mr. Grumpy. The bottom left, he experienced improved skin elasticity and even darker hair growth. Those are great visible changes, but his cardiometabolic numbers show a dramatic improvement. He got his blood work taken after 3 weeks on the MetaPower, and this is what it showed. 40-point decrease in cholesterol, 25-point decrease in LDL, and 57-point decrease in triglycerides. On the right, you see a 58-year-old lady who had red spots on her arms, and anytime she bumped herself, they would just appear. Doctors biopsied them and said, it's just what happens when you get older. Those are just age spots. And after using MetaPower for just 3 months, the spots are totally gone. She has seen other changes too, such as she's lost 60 pounds, she has thicker hair, her nails are growing, and she has a lower A1C. Now, I want to highlight my favorite MetaPower product, and that's the MetaPower Advantage. This truly is doTERRA's collagen product, which it includes 9 different types of marine collagen, and it is amazing. Most other collagen products just have one or two types, but doTERRA has 9 to support more than just your hair, skin, and nails. The collagen is powdered and it's freeze dries, so it's 12 times more bioavailable than any other collagen on the market. That means your body can actually use what you're ingesting. doTERRA adds in several other beneficial ingredients as well. And one I want to highlight is the NMN. I have to say it because I always say I want to say M&M, but it's NMN is cutting edge. You can research this if you like, and I suggest you do. NMN is the molecule that enables your body to produce NAD, which is what enables your cells to repair themselves. This is one reason why you see these dramatic before and after photos and testimonials. The MetaPower system actually enables the body to repair aging cells, which cause wrinkles, pain, brain fog, gray hair, age spots, and so on. The MetaPower Advantage comes in small packets. You can see that on the slide, and they are most potent when you add them to water and you drink them right away. Simple yet powerful. Now we have a deep dive class recording on lifelong vitality and the MetaPower lines. If you love science and knowing how and why these products work, I suggest talking to your wellness advocate, and she will send it to you right away.
Do you want to give a testimonial, Shayla, or do you want me to give my testimonial?
Oh, so sorry. I sure can.
Do you have a MetaPower testimonial that you want to give?
I would love to give a MetaPower testimonial.
Perfect.
And this it has to do with my brother. He is on a limited budget, so he is very cautious about using his products. So, but I'm always saying, have you taken this? Are you doing this? I'm always following up with him. So he takes Lifelong Vitality and he uses MetaPower. They all have done amazing things for his life. And he held back on the MetaPower Advantage for actually about a week. And he when I talked to him, he then confessed. He said, I haven't been doing MetaPower. He goes, and I feel it. He goes, as soon as he started taking it again, he had the stamina that he needed. He had, he felt lifted. He felt better. And even it pairs so well with lifelong vitality. My husband and I take this every day, and we won't be without it. What I have seen myself is I've seen great things with my hair, and I was shedding. I'm in the perimenopause phase of my life. I think that's right, where I'm past it. Am I in it? I'm past it. I don't know what I am. But anyway, I am doing something, and a lot of hair is falling out. And I was concerned about my thyroid, and I started doing my own research. And I realized there were things right in my home that I could be using, such as oils that I could use, and then MetaPower Advantage. And so I have seen significant, like my hair is normally, it's shedding normal. I mean, the normal amount falls out. It's shiny. It's improved the look of it. And that makes you feel better when you know that your hair is staying in your head.
Yes,
so those
thanks,
are my
Shayla.
two. Yes.
I have a great testimonial too from my hairdresser. I just got my hair cut today. So those of you who saw me this morning, my hair looks a little different. My hairstylist said, yeah, your hair it's way thicker and healthier and also softer, the texture of my hair.
Yeah.
And I noticed that too. So, and my daughter
Yeah.
as well. I'm going to share with you, I had a dramatic weight loss, and with it comes skin issues, skin elasticity issues. And so I'm going to share my before and after photos from 3 months using the MetaPower system. And so this is me. I still get shocked every time I look at myself.
Yeah.
After 3 months, unretouched photos, I took of myself, and I feel like I look like my grandpa in the before photos. I'm like, gosh, did I really look like that? And I did, I guess. So, because that is indeed me, but it has really tightened up and firmed my skin. And also has helped my joints and my balance and my mental clarity. It's amazing. I will be taking MetaPower Advantage forever. It's a fabulous product. Okay, so we've talked about doTERRA's #1 selling product, the Lifelong Vitality, and their #2 selling product, the MetaPower Advantage Collagen. Did you guys know, though, that doTERRA also sells essential oils? Indeed. In fact, they're the world leader in essential oils, and we're going to see why now. Shelley, kicking it off
All
for you.
right. Hey, everyone, I'm Shelley. doTERRA prides itself on being a company who values research. Several universities have done studies on essential oils. In this independent study by Roseman University, doTERRA oils were found to be therapeutically relevant in cell growth and rejuvenation, metabolic health, and healthy inflammatory responses. Essential oils from different competitors had minimal effects. They concluded that the therapeutic potential of essential oils is highly dependent on the complete composition of the oils. There can be up to right around 62 to 65 different constituents, different little molecules in each oil. Sourcing, processing, and characterization are critical. All righty, doTERRA essential oil is pure. There are no fillers, no synthetic ingredients, and no dilution. Unless it's a touch, then it's diluted for that purpose. Independent lab tests show that the majority of brands available to consumers aren't pure. I can post the link to the study at the end of this class. We source from plants grown in their ideal environments. This makes all the difference in the chemical profile and therapeutic effectiveness of the oil. Each batch of oil is tested for ideal chemistry and consistency. Over 54 tests are done on each batch of doTERRA oils from the farmer to the consumer, and they can be checked. There's a number on the bottom of each bottle that you can actually go to source to you You can plug that number in and you can find out everything you want to know on that bottle of oil. doTERRA oils can be used topically, aromatically, diffused, or breathing from your hands, and internally. People turn to doTERRA because they want safe, affordable, 250 drops in a 15 milliliter bottle, and effective solutions for their family's health. Let's look at what that means exactly. Many look for safe and effective solutions that don't have dangerous side effects or risks of addiction. We just mentioned independent lab tests that show that 80 to 90% of oils on the market have contaminants and synthetic markers. We suggest never ingesting another brand. doTERRA recognized that the essential oil industry didn't have a standard for purity that ensured safety. So they created CPTG standard that can be used throughout the essential oil industry. That's certified pure therapeutic grade. That's what those letters stand for. This standard is beyond organic and includes significant testing that isn't cheap. doTERRA will invest to ensure you have the most effective, safe product because that is best for you. Many doTERRA oils are safe to ingest. It can be ingested. If it can be ingested, it will have a food grade label on the bottle. Yep. So this little girl, these little girls, two sisters were used to putting doTERRA lavender on their chest before they went to bed at night. When they spent the night with their grandma, she used a lavender she had on hand from a different company, thinking it would be the same. The girls ended up with third-degree chemical burns and scars almost a year later. I'm not saying this will be your reaction with other essential oils. However, it is important that you understand the risks. doTERRA oils are safe to use at any age, from newborn babies to great grandparents. Brand matters for safety.
Awesome. Thanks, Shelley. That's just what I love about doTERRA is just the length of testing that they go into. It's not just this surface testing to say, oh, yep, it's pure. It's like down into the deep chemistry of it. So more for that therapeutic side of it, and then the consistency. So, I mean, your lavender that you may have purchased 10 years ago is going to be the same lavender that you get today. So you get that same effectiveness all the way through. So I love it. And I love the affordability. So you can see here the price per drop. So, and that's where I don't even say like, oh, because you hear people like, oh, those are expensive. Because my son, adopted son, was able to go off his medication at night for sleep because of the lavender or Serenity blend that has a lavender in it. And they're like, oh, like, she's like, so when we reported it back, because he didn't have to take his medication anymore, she's like, oh, well, I know those are expensive. I'm like, no, they're not. Like when you look at the long-term impact of being on medication and then the price per drop, because it's by dose. So this is an important fact for those that are newer to or don't know, but the essential oils are 50 to 70 times more potent than a herb. So there's herbs out there for sleep support, but this is just so much more potent and more affordable in the long run because you don't need very much of it. And so I got off on a little tangent there. So and just the way that looks. So open up your chat feature again, because I want you to kind of take a guess here. So peppermint's one of the ones showing here. So you've got this totally pure therapeutic oil. And so compare that to the price of like Costco. I love Costco. I'm not dissing it. Our big family like needs Costco. But they tested the peppermint oil from Costco. So get the percentage. So out of 100% of that bottle, what percent of peppermint do you think is actually in that bottle of Costco? So it may look cheaper, but I mean, really, how much do you think you're paying? So I guess I could open up the chat, but I didn't see everybody's coming in. Yeah, you guys thought low too, so that's good. 10%. So I kind of shot the answer out there, but 10% of peppermint is all that's in there. And then it can be loaded with synthetics, and and it's like with the girls' experience on their chest. You don't know what's in it. And I would not trust any of it internally besides doTERRA because of the amount of testing. And that's why you can use it when it's necessary and needed. Because if like when an ailment's coming along, you can really tackle things a lot faster. If it's one of the ones that can be used internally just to get it from all angles, diffusing topically, internally. And so, and that's another thing with the oils too, is that it's so nice to have them on hand, because that first symptom, I'm getting something. My girls on Wednesday morning woke up and they both had junky noses at the same time. So right away, we did. And so I guess I'm going on to immune system example. But the oregano, we did on garden oregano, and I'll wait to share that because that's going to be my next thing. So on the effectiveness right here. So this is like second grade level biology. So we're made up of all kinds of cells. They all have an oily membrane. And so when we get infected in our body, that's that green little blob right there. You can go to the doctor and you can get an antibiotic prescribed for that because it's on the outside of the cell, and the antibiotic can actually work against it. But that's why when they tell you, like, oh, it's a virus, just go home and wait it out, go suffer, because there's nothing that they can do for it because that's inside the cell. So the beautiful thing about essential oils is they can penetrate that cell membrane and get in there and stop that cell from proliferating and just stop it. And you can get better so much faster when you have, and there's so many antiviral essential oils. It's just awesome, and they work. So, and then just one of the other things that people run into is just fear in our aging population of memory loss. So another benefit that was huge is the ability to diffuse. So we've talked about the topical and internal, but they did so this was a double-blinded, placebo-controlled study done recently by UC Irvine. So participants in the study diffused a variety of essential oils for just 2 hours a night. So that's kind of the lowest setting on some of the diffusers out there. And they did it for 6 months. And at the end of that 6 months, so get your chat open again. So 2 hours for 6 months. What percent increase do you think people had in their memory and cognition? So I think trying to prevent dementia, all of that. So over 6 months, this total legit study, what increase do you think in memory and cognition just from diffusing any oil? There wasn't a specific oil. We can always help people by looking up ailments. Great guesses. So this is insane. 226% increase in their cognitive capacity was simply just diffusing the oil. So the scientists found a direct link between the olfactory senses in our nose and all the brain circuits. So, I mean, really, everybody should have a diffuser by their bed, nightstand. I mean, it's truly like sleep is so important. So, doing Serenity Lavender right there. A newer oil blend that we have is called Shinrin Roku. Anything right there will help stimulate and just help your memory and cognition. So, I mean, that's a super affordable way to help prevent and fight off the dementia. So, so I have my little keychain here. So here we go. I went off on an example too early for our immune support part, but so I have several extra vials that I use. So we love gifting keychains for people who are willing to host either Zooms or in-person events, because it's so nice to have the oils on the go. I have this loaded. So when I travel, I always, even around town or on trips, I like my little travel case here. And so I just kind of change out depending what I need. They're not on the slide. I have to be careful with time, you guys, because we want to honor your time. But for those that have been around me when I travel, I struggle with inflammation and body swelling. I don't know what it is. So I had picked more oils in here that helped with like cleansing, keeping like supporting my kidneys and liver, thinking I had to do something because nothing's ever helped. So my most recent trip at the end of February was the first time I have ever traveled with the Aroma Touch blend. I know it's not in our slides, but all I simply did was rub this on my ankles, and I just picked the ankles because that's the only skin exposed between my socks and my joggers. And I had minimal swelling. Like they maybe swelled a little bit, but I did not battle the 7 to 10 days after I got home with fat feet that could barely fit into my shoes. And so this has been a gift. So now I can actually take a lot of these oils out, even though I know they're effective, and actually put in some other ones that I really know I would want to have on hand because of the space and doing carry on, simply because of this blend. And it was such a gift. So if you know anybody that has circulation swelling issues, write down Aroma Touch and talk to your advocate about it. So, but what I really want to share this immune support is, I mean, two of them that I really suggest that people have on hand is the On Guard and oregano. They're just so quick and so effective at helping stop the viruses from replicating, taking care of bacteria. And so, so what Shelley had mentioned about the dilution of it. So the oil itself is not affected by when we can put drops in a roller bottle here. So the chemistry is the same chemistry, nothing's changed with it. So we put this in a bottle and then we add, I like the doTERRA fractionated coconut oil because of how well it penetrates into the cells. You can use anything that you have around home. Avocado oil, olive oil, any of those can be carrier oils and still work. And so, but just because this is considered like a hot oil, because it's very strong, especially for my kids' skin. So I rubbed this on their spine, I rubbed it on their ears and neck, and we put it on their feet. And I did this and then also added On Guard. And the girls never, those stuffy noses that they woke up Wednesday morning with never turned into anything. And in the past, they would be junky from it. And so we kept it going though. So we did it in the morning when they woke up, when they got home from school, and then before bed. So they got at least 3 rounds of it and it's totally resolved and didn't turn into anything. So these are definitely a must. And then the other shout out for oregano is, oh, sorry. My husband helped out as a camp nurse with a church youth group this last summer, and a retired physician that he used to work with, he's a flight nurse, had been in Tennessee traveling, got horrible tick bites. They got into his shorts and underwear and didn't know it. So just, it was awful. And he knew as a physician that he was exposed to Lyme disease because how quickly the illness was setting into him. He was super sick at camp because they went straight from Tennessee to volunteer and he was just bedridden. And so Jeremy talked to his wife and asked if he would be willing to try something. And so he was taking oregano internally, and by that evening, he was already feeling better and his energy was coming back. And so his testament is he knew that the oregano oil is what completely stopped the Lyme disease from happening in his body. I know we can't make those claims, but we can share personal experiences that people have, and it's just amazing. So having it on hand, you never know what you're going to run into, and it's just such a gift because I know a lot of people that battle the post effects of Lyme disease. So, all right, I'll quit talking about immune support and just household basics. Like there's so many good ones, like lemon, lavender, peppermint's amazing for allergies, headaches, but Digest-Zen is what I really want to talk about. Even Breathe was our kind of gateway into doTERRA with my daughter's asthma. Digest-Zen is just one of those oils that can be used for so many things with the peppermint and ginger in it. This completely cured me basically of my motion sickness to where I don't need synthetic medication that my body just can't tolerate and make me just, I mean, the quality of my travel was awful before. And so I can drink that. I can put it on topically. You can put it around your ears. And then anything in the past is just, this was a real, kind of made my husband a believer in the oils, because you know how upset your stomach can be, and literally you put a drop of it in some water and drink it, and within 10 minutes your stomach upset can be completely gone. So it's just such a gift to feel well so fast. And it's just like, how does this stuff, it's just this little amber bottle, right? It's like, how does it work? But the chemistry is so powerful. So
So good.
okay, I will let somebody else share about pain and inflammation.
Judy. Are you on? I nominated you for this, but your mute was on.
Okay, got it. So thank you. We have had great success with using Deep Blue and Copaiba for pain and inflammation. Something that I love is that it is so safe to use. The Deep Blue, you can see, comes in a rub, a stick, and in the essential oil, and it's a must-have for muscle and joint health. Not only does it relieve pain and tension, the amazing oils in it support muscle, joint, and bone healing. It alleviates back pain. And when you have a nasty bruise forming, grab your Deep Blue to stop it in its tracks. Stick has Copaiba in it and is easy to apply without it getting on your hands. Okay, and then the Copaiba comes in a caplet form and also in the essential oil. It is another oil used for pain and inflammation and is a super anti-inflammatory. It layered with another oil, it increases the effectiveness. And when you really need to boost pain relief, this is what you're going to use over your Deep Blue. If you ever suffer, so what that means is you can layer the Copaiba and the Deep Blue together, and it is really effective on pain. If you ever suffer from any emotional strain, such as anxiety or depression, this oil can calm and soothe, and it supports all major body systems. It supports the heart, nerves, respiratory, immune, and skin, and can really be helpful with ADD and ADHD. And it is a CBD replacement.
Back to Tracy.
Okay, this is these are three staples in our home, just with having a blended family that has a lot of previous history with our adopted children with PTSD and all of that. And even for me with the adaptive I use every single day. I just put well, it's in one of my little vials here. So literally it's just one drop. There we go. And so what I do, you can put it like at the back of your neck, like rubbing it in and then rubbing your fingers together, do around the forehead, temples area, rub it in. And then once I rub it around those areas, just taking nice deep breaths. And so depending on the time, I at least like to get at least 5 deep breaths in. And it is just very calming. Just the thoughts that can go over, just managing a whole bunch of things, that just really helps bring everything centered in the mind. And that's all tested and proven. And then the other one, the Serenity, that's a must diffuse by our bed at night. Put it on the kids' feet. We do have it in a roller, and it's helped everybody sleep so much more sound. And it's been proven through the behavior of our kids during the day, because they're actually getting full sleep. And what we thought was more like ADHD, ADD symptoms, where you had to constantly like treat them like little puppets, like, okay, now do this, because their brains just weren't firing. And that was the sleep deprivation that they were experiencing. And now they can actually like bust out their morning routine, and you're not having to actually like coach them and tell them what to do. So sleep is huge. We all need it. It affects everything. And so those are just musts.
I love it, Tracy. And I love too that we got just watching you a little bit, how because you're a massage therapist by profession also. So just seeing how you put those on, and it kind of felt like a little mini massage there. So thank you. All right. Sharing the love. So our team, we love helping you with natural health solutions for all kinds of problems, whether they're acute or chronic. And so I never thought this would be something that would be that I would be doing, but I absolutely love it. And I want you, if this is something that you would consider sharing with others, sharing a gift with others, then I want you to talk with your wellness advocate about that, because you could have your own business that makes a huge difference in people's lives and gives you the time and the financial freedom and flexibility that you've been looking for. We all want that. Another thing that you can do to benefit yourself and your wellness advocate is the keychain oils. So Tracy and Shelly talked a little bit about this with the oils that we have in our keychain. This is for hosting a workshop. So your wellness advocate can get you your own keychain, and you can include your top oils in there as well. And so that you have your oils with you on the go all the time, because the only way that the oils will benefit you is if you're actually using them. So you got to have them on hand so that you can be using them and get the benefit from them. The cool thing about wellness workshops is really you can just have a few friends, even one friend that you can do one-on-one workshop with them, or just have 3 to 5 people over in your home or on Zoom. It's actually a great way to share, and it's really very low commitment from you on your part. So very easy to do. Talk to your wellness advocate if that's something that's interesting for you. I'm going to share in our chat feature, actually, the Google form, and I'm going to put that into our chat because I want for the guests to complete that Google form, and it gives you some questions that you can go ahead and answer on that. And it helps to give your wellness advocate more direction about ways that he or she can help you with your health. So if you could take a little time for the guests on here to complete that Google chat, then your wellness advocate can help you with that. So you can do that just copy that and paste it to your computer, and then we can do that outside of the class. And your wellness advocate will see when it's completed and follow up with you on that, because there's a question on there for when you want your wellness advocate to follow up with you. And in the meantime, I'm going to also give a plug to our wellness group. Okay, so this is our Facebook community called Live Well, Live Free, Live Naturally. And search for that on Facebook, or if someone can add that into the chat feature so that people can easily find that, or even type in the words Live Well, Live Free, Live Naturally. This customer group, we have over 1,000 members that are sharing testimonials. You can have your questions answered. It's super encouraging, and lots of great tips for using our products, not just our supplements and not just our oils, but even some of our household products that you didn't even know that we had, like soaps and shampoos and an amazing fiber concentrate and protein powders and all kinds of things. So things for health and nutrition and household products as well. So you can join our Facebook community and have your questions answered and get some great inspiration and ideas. So huge thank you to all of you guys for joining. Thank you for all of the presenters. And wait for the guests on this workshop, wait for a follow-up contact from your wellness advocate. And with that, any questions before we say goodbye? I'm going to stop recording.